How's it everyone? Grant here and welcome back to the channel. And today I've got some cases for Galaxy S9 Plus by Poetic. And so this is their usual lineup here, and these are going to range from anywhere between $13 and $17. I believe the Affinity and Nubuck credit card style case here is going to be about $13 right now on Amazon, and the Guardian or the Revolution, which are the more protective style cases, as you can see there, are even more on the higher end of the scale at $17. But I'll leave all the links down in the description should you choose to check these out and maybe pick one up for yourself. You can check those links out for the latest pricing information. And so I first want to thank Poetic for sending these out for me to check out and review. And let's just go in order here, and we'll start with the Affinity style case. This is one of their classic cases right here. I've had these for a lot of my phones before. And so this is the clear version, obviously, as you can see here, but this pattern here comes in different colors, most famously black. So if you want a colored kind of pattern to accent these types of patterns here and give your phone a different look, you can go check that out and get them in some different colors. But if you want to get this clear style and show off your full phone, you can go ahead and do that as well. So we'll go ahead and put the Galaxy S9 Plus into the case here. It goes in really nice and easy there. You can see it from the front. And so if you choose to get the colored borders, obviously these will be colored and you won't see them as much here as this transparent version here, but that's what it's going to look like from the back. So you're going to see the full back of your phone with some Poetic branding on the bottom there. And of course that Affinity style kind of design there, which gives it a fairly unique look. And this has always been a pretty good case for me. It's definitely good protection while being fairly minimalistic, not too much bulk as you can see here. So you're going to have all the cutouts on the bottom for all your ports there, as you can see there. Easy access to all your buttons, and they're very clicky. So we can go ahead and open up the phone. And you can see here all the buttons are going to work for Bixby, if you want Bixby. But also your volume buttons, they are very easily accessible, very clicky, if you can hear that. As well as your power button there. So really nice and easy to access your power buttons. And you have some extra reinforcement on the corners here. So as you can see, you've got some extra protection there, and extra padding on all four corners, which is important because the worst drop is a corner drop. And so if you were to drop your phone, you're going to have the extra reinforcement on the corners without adding a ton of bulk. You've got some nice little grip on the sides. So if you're worried about slippage, because it is a clear kind of protective case there, you've got some nice grip on the sides while still being able to show off your phone. Of course, you got the cutouts for your camera module there, your dual camera system along with your fingerprint, your heart rate monitor, and your flash all cut out perfectly there. And I will say the only thing that I'm going to point out after using this on several phones is that this plastic can scratch, even though this kind of protective railing won't actually have the actual plastic lay on the table and scratch it. But over time, it can pick up scratches depending on how you use your phone. So just a note there. And as you can see here, there is some rainbowing on this. I'm not sure if that'll pick it up, but because it's a clear phone, it can cling to the back of a glass phone like this. So you could get some rainbow effect there on the back. It's not showing too much here, so that's pretty good, but I have seen it from time to time on this case. So just something to note there. But otherwise, it's a very nice and unique design, so something to consider there if you like clear cases. And lastly, if we want to test if the Affinity case is compatible with wireless charging, we've got our fast wireless charger from Samsung here. We'll put the case with the phone on it. You can see the blue light up, and it is fast wirelessly charging. So fully compatible with the Affinity style case there with wireless charging. And so we can go ahead and move on to the Nubuck style credit card style case here. So if you like slim wallet cases, specifically credit card style cases, I think you're going to like this case. I have this for every phone that they make this for, and I'm currently using this on my iPhone 10 as well. So I'll go ahead and put the phone into the case, and as you can see, being a very slim case, it plays perfectly with the white stone dome tempered glass there. It's got some nice grippy material on the sides, so you have a lot of grip to it. And as you can see, it doesn't add a lot of bulk, so it's a very slim credit card style case with that leather material on the back with Poetic branding right there with their logo, and on the bottom as well. You can see this kind of felt material here, which actually is a different kind of a look and feel to it, which actually feels nice to the touch. All the cutouts for your camera module, your fingerprint sensor, your flash, and your heart rate monitor are all there. All the cutouts on the bottom are all in order. All the buttons are accessible, being your power button as well as your Bixby button and your volume rockers. And then you have your cutout for your secondary microphone up top. The only thing I'll call out on this particular model here is that usually on other phones like my iPhone 10, this fits perfectly and the buttons are very clicky. But on this one, for both this black and even this brown one, the buttons are a little bit harder to click, so it requires a little bit more force. Not that you can't press them, but it definitely requires more force than some of these other cases that you see here, and even more force in the same style case in other phones. So just something to keep in mind that I have noticed. And also on the back, you can see there's a nice little ridge there for the fingerprint scanner, so a nice little lead in to that fingerprint scanner, so nice and easy to access. But because the cards come up really close to that, it's not that it's hard, but it's a little bit of a different feel. So it's very close to the fingerprint scanner. Just something to keep in mind there. And lastly, I noticed that the credit card holder here is a little bit tighter than other versions of this particular case. So for my iPhone 10, off the bat, it wasn't as tight. So you can just pull the cord to pull out a couple of cards, and it does hold a couple of cards nice and easy, no problem. I usually hold a driver's license and a credit card, so I usually put 2 cards in, and I hold those no problem. But off the bat, this case has been a lot tighter, and so I've been using this for a couple of weeks now, and it's been wearing in a bit, so it's been loosening up, but it's still a little bit tighter than some of my other cases just to begin with. So just something to note there. If it's really tight for a Galaxy S9 Plus, don't be too alarmed. Just leave it for about a week or 2 of use, and after popping it in and out, it'll start to kind of wear in that leather, and it should loosen it up a little bit. But it is tighter than some other similar Nubuck style cases for other phones right out of the box, just to let you know that. I'll quickly throw on the brown one here. So obviously the brown has brown accents all the way around. And so that's what it's going to look like here on your particular Galaxy S9 Plus. And lastly, of course, if you want to test the Nubuck with the fast wireless charger, we can go ahead and do that. We'll place it on the charger there. As you can see, it lights up, and it is wirelessly charging, and it is fast wireless charging as well. So fully compatible there. And now we'll get into something more rugged or more protective cases with the Guardian and Revolution cases here. So you can see these cases come with their own screen protector here. So maybe you don't have a tempered glass like I do here with the Whitestone Dome and just want some occasional screen protection because maybe you're going on a hike or an outdoor activity from time to time, but you don't always want a screen protector. This could be a good option for you. And so even with this Whitestone Dome tempered glass screen protector, as you can see here, this does play nicely. I've actually been using this for a little bit, so I've gotten used to it. And you just go ahead and put on the screen protector here on the front. Go ahead and pick up the casing back and just slip in the phone. It goes in nice and easy just like that. And so really quickly, you've got a screen protector on here. It's a very plastic screen protector, so it's not going to be glass. You have the appropriate cutouts up top for your sensors right there. You've got this nice little colored border depending on which color you choose. There are multiple color options, so go check that out. But I think this blue has a really nice blue accent with that coral blue back. And being the Guardian case, it's got that see-through back there, so you can still show off your color of your Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus and that design there. And you've got this little bit of a protection on the bottom here, so you can see there it's a little bit raised up so that when you actually lay it on the table, this plastic won't come into contact with any kind of a surface, so it won't scratch it up because you're laying it on a table. So that's pretty nice right there. You've got a very big cutout for your camera module, your fingerprint sensor, as well as your flash and heart rate monitor, so that's not going to be an issue there. And as you can see there, it's very much got this ramp or lip in there, so it raises and goes right into your fingerprint scanner there. So really nice guide there to get to your easy access fingerprint scanner there. And as you can see here, all your ports are going to be actually covered, so you get some extra protection there. Even though this is IP water resistant phone, you still do get some flats to protect your headphone jack, as well as your USB Type-C port, and appropriate cutouts for your microphone and speaker grill there. Easy access buttons, so these are very clicky, not a problem to access there. I'll go ahead and unlock the phone. And you can see here, volume buttons are very clicky, easy to access. So is a power button and Bixby button, should you choose to actually access Bixby. And then you've got your secondary mic cutout up top, so all ports are there and in line. And so this is obviously going to be a more rugged, little bit of extra protection case because it is a little bit thicker, so it's going to be better for drops, but you also get that front plastic screen protector. But as you can see here, I do have the Whitestone Dome screen protector, and touch responsiveness is just fine. So it'll work through the plastic as well as the already installed fingerprint sensor, no problem. It's just that there's a little bit of a gap between this plastic screen protector and the screen. Not as much as other cases though, so that's really nice. They've reduced the gap, so there's less pressure that you actually have to enforce to push down onto the plastic and onto the display. Now, other things to note is that the screen protector does have a dot matrix pattern, so if you don't like that kind of dot matrix pattern, that can be a problem if you don't really like that. I don't really see it very much, if at all, unless it's from really bright sunlight, so, but just something to keep in mind. And also, as you can see here in the screenshot thing I'm going to post, you can have some rainbowing effect, so the screen protector can cling to display a little bit, and it can be visible in certain lights. Obviously, you can't see it here under these lights, which is very good. But under some of my work lights, I could see it, and I snapped that picture so you can kind of see what that looks like. So just be aware of that. But otherwise, this is the Poetic Revolution. Some more rugged protection here for your particular Galaxy S9 Plus if you choose to go ahead and pick this up. And lastly, we can test out wireless charging compatibility on the Revolution. So we've got the Revolution there on the S9 Plus. We'll put it on our Samsung fast wireless charger. And you can see the blue light, and it is fast charging wirelessly, so compatible with fast wireless charging there. And lastly, we have the Poetic Revolution, which is their most rugged style case. It's very similar to the Guardian style case here, which is a two-piece. You're going to have this plastic screen protector here as well. It's just that it's going to be not see-through on the back. It's going to be this hard plastic all through and through. So a little bit more rugged, but pretty much the same level of protection as the Guardian there. And we'll just go ahead and put on this front screen protector, just like we did on the Guardian. And of course, it plays nicely with the Whitestone Dome tempered glass, just like the Guardian does. And we'll pick up the case backing, and we'll just slip the phone with the front protector on, and it'll just snap into place. And you just want to make sure that you're snapping the sides, which lock into the sides of the protective screen protector there. And we'll just go ahead and firm it all up all around on the edges. And there you go. So that's what it looks like from the front, that plastic screen protector with all the appropriate openings for your sensors and camera, and all the appropriate cutouts on the bottom. You've got the flaps again for your headphone jack as well as your Type-C port here. And you've got your cutouts for your primer microphone as well as your speaker grill there. All the buttons here are in order except they're ridged. So a little bit more texture than the Guardian case. You can see the power button there. You've got the secondary mic cutout up top as well. And that's what it's going to look like from the back. So a little bit more rugged, all plastic through and through, no see-through. A little bit more rugged. You've got all the cutouts for your camera module, fingerprint sensor, heart rate monitor, and flash. Same plastic screen protector, so same caveats apply. There is a bit of a gap between the protector and the display, so a little bit more pressure is required than normal, but you do get used to that over time. It does have that dot matrix pattern, and it can have that rainbowing effect depending on the light that you're looking at it in, just like I showed you on the Guardian. But otherwise, touch sensitivity is fine. As you can see here, you'll get used to how hard you have to push down, just a little bit harder than normal, not really a big deal. And again, really ideal for some outdoor activities or when you're going to really need a screen protector if you don't have a tempered glass on there. So not a bad option if you want some rugged protection from time to time here with the Poetic Revolution case right there. And like the other cases, we can go ahead and test the Revolution for wireless charging compatibility. Put it on the charger, you can see the blue light there, and it is wirelessly charging, and it is fast wirelessly charging with the Samsung fast wireless charger. And so there you go, that is the Poetic case lineup for Galaxy S9 Plus. Like I said before, I've got the links down in the description should you choose to check these out and maybe pick one up for yourself. Of course, if you have any other questions or comments, leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching.